Hello, everyone, and thanks for sticking around. So yeah, I'll be rather brief because we actually have the piece downstairs. So I'd much rather invite you all to join me downstairs and try the thing live. But I'll give you a bit of background. First thing I'd like to say is that this project is not really about innovation. In fact, it starts from one of the first inspirations is, I don't know if we can get a bit of video playback there. Can you all see it? Yeah? So some of you might be familiar with this object. It's a Victorian harmonograph, which is just a mechanical instrument to plot the oscillation of two pendulums simultaneously. And it draws these beautiful curves and shapes, which depend on the oscillations of the two pendulums. Of course, in later time, this has become a technical tool for analyzing sound, considering it has a wave-like behavior. And so in most mixing consoles now, you have this tool which shows you, nice plots of the waves like that. So coming from a background as a music or sound engineer and a musician, I just wanted to invent a little machine that would allow to interact with this sort of visualization freely. And I wanted something very, very basic and simple that was based on pure sine waves, so very, very minimal, simple sounds. And so I developed this. I'll just show you a little video if we can have the sound as well. That's what
Oscilla is an interactive audiovisual environment that explores the oscillatory roots of sound and its visualization. Using optical tracking, the position and movement of objects or people in space control the volume and the frequency of a variable number of sine wave oscillators. A video-projected interactive area shows traditional music scales, the letters on top, as well as frequency values in hertz, representing the number of oscillations per second. A visual representation of the resulting combination of sounds is plotted on a second screen. These patterns, known as Lissajous curves, depend on the ratios between each frequency generated and their relative volumes. Different projection modes and a scalable interface allow for a variety of interactions and site-specific solutions, including group interaction of participants or performers within a given space. Each oscillator may also be assigned to a discrete audio output, using multiple loudspeakers to create spatial sound diffusion effects. Oscilla allows participants to create morphing harmonic structures, explore standard and unconventional musical intervals, microtonal variations, beat frequencies, the mathematics of musical ratios, and other fascinating aspects of sound.
So you get the idea. I mean, if you're interested in the technicalities of the project, then we can talk about it later downstairs. I don't want to get into technical details of the patch, of how it works or anything. But I wanted to create something that was flexible, scalable, adaptable, but that maintained the same core idea. And so the first commission for this project came in 2011, and you've seen some shots in this video where I had it installed on the church, in a church, on the altar. Then I had a number of different versions. It became a self-contained little object, of which you can see a version downstairs. It's normally site-specific in that I tend to adapt it to the situation, space, and location. And there are two main versions. One allows people to move in space, one allows object to control the sound. You've seen a bunch of little candles there. That was the original provocation, because the subtitle for the project was Modern Rituals. And part of my objectives in this project is to push away from the acceleration in technology. I mean, this technology is nothing novel. You've seen loads of interactive floors, loads of interactive tables, and that do much more advanced things than this. So I'm not here to, push the edge. But, and as part of my work, I think technologists and music technologists should think about slowing down and going deeper into what we already have and start to use what we already have and expand the potential that already lies in there. Which doesn't mean I'm against technological developments, but I am suggesting that we should sometimes stop a little bit further and investigate what we already have and create things with it. So this was the general idea. In the last version, which was created thanks to a residency in Tokyo, the project ended up looking like this. I'll just show you a couple of minutes of this, and so that in case you don't come down, you get a better idea. If we can have the audio as well, a better idea of what it does and how it sounds. And because I collaborate with a creative group in the Venice area, and it's a theater group, we do interactive theater, dance, and things like that. One of the stages that we're looking at building is a choreography of dancers within the instrument, of course, so that dancers can create their own score and visuals as they go along. But that's still in development. If anyone is interested in supporting such a crazy idea, then come talk to us. There is a theatrical element in all this. I never even considered pushing this down a commercial avenue, make it into an instrument or trying to sell it, get a Kickstarter going or anything like that. It's mostly a creative, arty project where my idea is that I like to create a specific environment, sort of a theatrical atmosphere, or theatrical in the sense that it's different from your daily routine. And in that sense, I like to see music technology placed in a context where it allows people to go out of their daily activities and ways of thinking and daily routine. So, of course, it would be easy enough to make an app, and so everybody could have this on an iPad, but my idea is actually not to do it and actually create settings for this instrument so that people can enjoy it the other way. It's not incompatible, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that I'm against ubiquitous computing, but that we should all think about it before we just accept it like that. I'm not necessarily in favor of ubiquitous computing, in music particularly. And so I think the idea of having a particular place that you go to, a particular setting that you go to, and an instrument that you can use in that particular location has a value in itself. So that's part of my mission and what I'm trying to achieve. But it's actually quite fun. I'd invite you to come and play it. If you're musicians, you immediately recognize how it works. You move the objects up and down and you control the volume left and right, you control the pitch. But the fascinating thing is starting to discover the relationship between harmonic laws in audio and in visuals, because these curves are not an artistic interpretation, are just a physical plot of the sound waves as they go out. But as you've seen in this last video, you can get some really interesting patterns and shapes to come up. So it's an exploration of this hybrid world, an audiovisual instrument in a way. And I just invite you to come down and play with it and ask questions, and we can discuss more technical details there. And I think I'd leave it at that, yeah? Thank you.